Hello, hi, good morning, good afternoon, good night. How are all of you doing? I have been crazy busy with work, crazy busy with my personal life, my family life. Things have been insane. I always say,
I want to do a different type of video. This video is going to be different, yada, 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 yada.
I kind of just wanted to sit in front of the camera and have you guys get to know me. When I watch a video or a YouTuber or someone on social media or on TikTok, I like getting to know them. Spoiler, I Googled what are some popular trends or videos that influencers do for their viewers, for their subscribers, for their following count. So I decided to do 50 facts about me. Fact number 1, I am a Pisces. My birthday is February 28th. I was born in 2000. My birthday is in 9 days. I will be turning 24. Fact number 2, my favorite colors are purple and yellow. Fact number 3, my favorite animal is a giraffe. Fun fact about that fact, see what I did there? When I was in my first elementary school that I went to, the school mascot was actually a giraffe. How crazy is that? Number 4, my favorite flower is a sunflower. I just love how pretty they are, and I don't know, I think it represents freedom and positivity. So anytime I see a sunflower, I love it. Number 5, I prefer spring over summer. Yes, I said it. When I was younger, I loved summer, but as an adult, I feel like I like the spring more just because of the actual weather. Number 6, my favorite thing to do when I'm alone is watch my comfort shows. I like to paint and draw and color, and I love to take naps. Love me a good nap. Number 7, I have 2 pets. I have a cat named Edgar, as all of you know, and I also have a rabbit named Cinnabon. And I also consider Will's 3 pets my pets. Like, if we ever move into our own place, they would come with us. He has 2 tarantulas and a conure. The bird's name is Nigel. The 2 tarantulas' names is Ocho and Lilith. Number 8, my 2 biggest fears are drowning and sitting in a chair and it breaking. If I ever sit on a chair and I can tell like it's unsturdy or it's like cheaply made or something like that, I will not sit in it, or I will get up immediately and I will find a different seat to sit in, because I am deathly afraid of sitting in a chair and it just collapsing underneath me and me falling to the ground. Deathly afraid. Also super embarrassing, and I never want that to happen. It's happened to my dad a few times, and God, I don't want that to happen to me. I have over 12 tattoos. They are pretty much all over the place. I will show them all here. I have 8 piercing. I have my first holes. I have this cartilage piercing, or I guess that would be considered like a 3rd or 4th hole. I have my actual cartilage pierced. I have this one and my daith. I have my septum, my nose, and that's it. I used to have my belly button pierced, and I used to have this side of my nose pierced. Edgar is currently using the bathroom, sorry. I am right-handed. Oh no, that's my left. I am right-handed. I enjoy going to abandoned places and exploring them. Oh, hi, Eggs. When Will and I first started dating, on our first date, we actually went to an abandoned Boy Scout park, and we also went to an abandoned horse race track, something like that. But it was really cool, really fun. I love exploring that type of stuff. Will and I actually tried to explore an abandoned, I guess, like park, kind of not like a theme park or a fair, but like where they have rides and an arcade. We tried to explore that, and then the alarm went off and we ran because it was gonna call the cops and we didn't want to get arrested. So That was a lot of fun. I went to college for psychology and early childhood education. What are we on? I live on Long Island in New York. I have been ziplining in New Hampshire. I went with my mom, her boyfriend, and the boyfriend's mom years ago. I think I was like 13, probably younger. I don't remember exactly, but it was a lot of fun. It was so scary, but it was something that I loved doing, and it was so cool, and I'm so glad I experienced it. I would do it again, but I feel like I would be more scared to do it now than I was back then. In 2017, I went on a Disney cruise. I went with my stepmom's family. I went with my dad, my stepmom, my brother, and it was pretty fun. We went for I want to say a few days, right? When I was in high school, I took 2 different languages. Oh, you don't want to be in the video. I took 2 different languages.
Cut hair.
In the first high school that I went to, I took Italian. I took it middle school through high school. And then in a different high school, I took American Sign Language. I still know how to sign my name. I don't like grilled chicken. My top 3 favorite TV shows are Friends, The Sopranos, and Grey's Anatomy. My top 3 favorite music artists are Post Malone, Machine Gun Kelly, and Eminem. I have been to 4 concerts. So my first concert was Justin Bieber. My second concert was One Direction. Third was Taylor Swift. Fourth was Post Malone. And then I've been to a few other different music artist events. I went to this thing, it's called DigiFest, and it was in Long Island, and it was like for like, I guess, internet influencers back in the day, and a lot of music artists performed there, and it was a lot of fun. Something that I was so glad I did when I was in high school. I was one of those MagCon girlies. I don't know if you people remember back in, oh gosh, was it like 2012, 2013, something like that. MagCon happened, and that was a whole thing. So it was like Cameron Dallas, Taylor Kniff, Carter Reynolds, Nash Greer, Hayes Greer, oh my god, all those guys. And I was a Carter Reynolds girly, loved him. When I went to DigiFest, he was actually there, and I wore a sweatshirt that like you got at the mall, and they spray painted it, and it said, "I love Carter Reynolds." So cringy. My top 3 favorite YouTubers that I watch consistently are Kian and JC, Shane Dawson, and Tana Mojo. Apple or orange juice? I would have to say orange juice, but I love a good apple juice. But if I had to like choose one, I'd go for the orange juice. I don't know, something about like a bagel and an orange juice just hits different. I have flown on a plane 3 or 4 times, and the last time I flown on a plane was in 2014. It was actually for my grandma's funeral. I had to fly to Indiana. I have 8 Apple products. So I have my iPhone, my iPad, my Apple Pencil, my Apple Watch, my MacBook, my AirTag, my AirPods, and my AirPods Max. My first iPhone that I've ever had was stolen at my 8th grade formal dance. So whoever stole it, I would like it back, because the phone case that was on it was a phone case that had all of the signatures of all the members from One Direction. So
Whoever stole it, I want it back. Thanks.
I have been in 2 serious relationships. My first boyfriend, I was 17, and I started dating Will when I was 20. I went to college in upstate New York. I went to SUNY Canton. I have been to 3 different school districts growing up. I moved, bless you, I moved so many different times. I went to 2 different elementary schools, 1 middle school, which was in the same district, and then 2 different high schools. So I've moved so many times in my life. So crazy. I have seen like all over Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook about everyone having a crazy hamster story. I have a crazy hamster story. I forgot how old I was, but I was in middle school. So I was probably like 11 or 12, and my grandma was in a rehab facility, and her roommate, whoever she was sharing the room with at this rehab facility, for some reason, her granddaughter, the woman's granddaughter, had a hamster, and they were looking to get rid of it, rehome it, because their cat kept trying to eat that hamster. So me, I've never had my own pet like that before, and it was free. So I was like, I'll take the hamster. So I remember my grandpa drove me to that woman's house, or where I guess the granddaughter lived, and they gave me the hamster, the cage, and all like the materials like to start out with. And his name was Chubbs. He was so cute. But anyways, fast forward, I only had him for like 9 months because they didn't know how old he was. So obviously he was older, plus he got really sick towards the end. I was living with my mom, and overnight we would have to move the hamster cage into the bathroom because we had 2 cats. I didn't want the cats to get to them and to eat him because that hamster was already traumatized. So I guess when I put him in the bathroom, I never shut like the little cage door, and he escaped. Notice until the next day. So I like woke up in the morning, my mom went to work. I think I was off from school, or she worked on like a weekend or something like that. Or I had a break from school and I was gonna be home alone. So I woke up in the morning, my mom got ready. She didn't notice the hamster was gone, but she noticed that the hamster cage was open. So she just closed it. And then she's like, just make sure he's in there. I gotta go to work. See you, love you, bye. And she left. I look in his hamster cage and he's gone. Oh fuck. Where did this hamster go? About 9 hours I looked for this hamster and he was nowhere to be found. And at the time we were living in a basement apartment. So the bathroom is here. In the bathroom there was like a door that led to like the burner room, and it was kind of like our laundry room and like storage area. So I was looking all through there and it was a mess. I trashed the entire place looking for this little hamster. My mom finally got home from work and she was like, where did this hamster go? We need to find him. And I was freaking out. My mom helped me. We were looking. And at this point we're like, we're giving up. For some reason, in like this back area where we had the storage room, there was like you saw like the back of the shower. I don't know. It was like kind of weird. For some reason, I was like, let me just shine a flashlight down over here and see like if I can see him. Maybe he like crawled under. Not even 50 seconds later, I remember this little hamster crawled his way out and I scooped him up, and I literally bawled my eyes out because I was so happy to have rescued him. It was the craziest thing. I'm telling you, everyone that I know has a crazy ass hamster story. It's insane. My 2 favorite shoe brands are Vans and Crocs. I have over, I believe, 20 pairs of Vans, and I think I have about 7 or 8 pairs of Crocs. Crazy. My first ever job, I worked at a shoe store, so I always got a shit ton of shoes, really good discount. So that was why I had so many pairs of shoes. And then after I stopped working at the shoe store, I started wearing Crocs my freshman year of college. And Crocs are so comfy. You can never have too many pairs of Crocs. And my God, I love them. I have seen the comedian Gabriel Iglesias, aka Fluffy, at a comedy show in Connecticut. Me and Will, we went in September, and that was a lot of fun. That was really different. We've never like seen, like I've been to concerts before, but I've never seen like a comedian perform like a comedy skit, and it was really interesting. It was really cool. My favorite summer activity is to get tan. I have several different nicknames. My nicknames are T. That is a nickname that I still get called by my family. T, Tor, Toria, Tori is what like my friends and Will call me. and Torizzle. Torizzle is like my party alter ego name. When I turn into Torizzle, you know it's gonna be a fun time. I like to eat raw potatoes. Don't judge me now. Try it and you let me know. If you think it's bad, then hey, it might not be for you. But for me, I love it. I like to eat frozen french fries and frozen pancakes. You know, when you're like gonna put it on a pan to put it in the oven to cook the french fries, something about like waiting for the oven to preheat and putting the french fries in the oven just hits differently, because you're looking at the fries and you're like, damn, I can't wait for these fries to be done. Let me just taste. That shit bomb. That shit hits. Try it. I'm telling you. Pancake too, pretty darn good. I am one of those people that put ketchup on their eggs, and I also put ketchup on my mac and cheese. So good, so delicious, fire. My favorite thing to do on Long Island is to eat bagels and eat pizza, because we have the best bagels and pizza. Like, come on now. I find gagging noises to be extremely hilarious. Like when someone is throwing up and they're making the gag noises, I can't control my laughter. Like, I find it so funny. But the noise of like liquid coming out of someone's mouth, that's disgusting. Can't stand that. I am going to be getting braces probably within the next month or two. You'll see me cage mouth and all. I am extremely ticklish. Sometimes if like Will hugs me a certain way, I start like squirming and laughing because I'm very ticklish. My feet, my armpits, my sides, literally everywhere. My neck. I hate having my feet touched. When I get pedicures at the nail salon, I hate when they start scrubbing your feet and getting all of like the dry skin off. I hate it, hate it, hate it, hate it. It took Will probably over a year or two to be able to touch my feet and give me a foot rub, because I hate when my feet are touched. I find feet so gross. Toes are painted a pretty color, cute, nice, but I just think feet are so gross. They smell, they get dirty, they get bunions, I don't know, warts. I'm not a fan of back rubs. Like I said, I'm very ticklish, and I remember growing up, my mom would always try to give me a back rub, and I would hate it because it tickles me. I remember Will wanted to get a couples massage, and I was like, I don't know if I can handle that because I'm very ticklish. I am very sensitive. I've always been a really sensitive person. When I am either feeling angry or sad or happy or whatever, I cry. I cry at everything, for every emotion. That's just that's just how I express certain emotions. I cry. And sometimes it can be really frustrating because I'll get so angry, I'll just start to cry. But like, I'm not sad, I'm angry, but I'm crying. So like, other people will be like, ooh, what's going on? This is kind of like a deep fact about me, but I wear my heart on my sleeve, and I always see the good in people, and sometimes that's such a bad thing, because I would trust people very easily. Now I don't, but back then I was so naive, and I always saw the good in so many different people, and I gave everyone the benefit of the doubt. And I feel like growing up and becoming an adult and going through a lot of things, I figured out that not everyone I meet is a good person. And that took a lot of heartbreak and a lot of trauma, but we got there. I was a believer and a directioner. Like I said before, my first concert was Justin Bieber, and then my second concert that I went to was One Direction. You know, I got to see my two loves at that time. My two favorite music artists when I was younger was Justin Bieber and One Direction. I was actually a Liam girl. I was a Niall girl at first, and then I switched to Liam. Back when like One Direction was at their prime, in New York City they had a One Direction pop-up shop. And I remember we were going to the city, me, my mom, and my mom's boyfriend and the boyfriend's mom. We were at the city that day, and I remember we went to the One Direction store, and my mom bought me a big life-size cutout of Niall, and it was, oh my god, I loved it. He was wearing that purple sweater, such an icon. I am engaged, I said this multiple times, and have not started planning a wedding because weddings are very expensive. We don't got money like that. Howdy, howdy, howdy. It's me in the future. I wanted to say that I'm editing this video and I totally forgot to add a fact because I don't know how to count, but my favorite food is pizza. More specifically, I love Italian food. Pasta, ravioli, manigot, that type of jazz. Sorry, I don't know how to count. My math is never good, but I just wanted to add that in there so it makes sense. I hope you guys like all these 50 facts about me. Keep watching and I'll see you next time. Bye.